Yeah. Empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my.
Hi, y'all.
Why you always talking?
I know it's all he do. Welcome back to Snack Cackle Talk. It's so dark in here today. We miss. Okay, it's not helping. I'm missing a light or something.
You missing this?
And there it is.
Well, we get on here and usually we operate with three lights, and now it just seems like we just don't have enough
We didn't
lights.
charge this.
No, I didn't charge that. Y'all, y'all see the topic?
Wait, what is the topic?
America's race war.
Oh,
You doing the yellow light?
I'm doing whatever light you put over here. Okay, no, the yellow one. At least it's a little soft.
flashlight.
What's the other colors?
We don't need no other color.
That's good.
Yeah, red.
Y'all,
We don't need red. We don't need red.
today's topic is America's race war. This is Snack Cackle Talk, and I am your host, Lacey. And yes, we brought the shenanigans.
Yep. His name should not be Mr. Wilson. It should be Mr. Shenanigans.
Yellow and blue make.
Green.
Let's see. Can you see
He over here playing with the lights, y'all.
No, I'm trying to look. You go ahead and don't pay me no mind. Just do it. Let me know. Take the light. No. Okay. What that look like?
Look at the light.
I can't tell. They look the same.
Got him.
What?
What's so funny?
Nothing.
What y'all do?
Nothing.
You did something. What you did?
I didn't do anything.
What me talking about? Got it.
This is not a red light topic.
Got him, y'all.
What you get? You didn't get nothing. You didn't get nothing, Misha.
Oh,
No,
man.
we certainly. Well, no, we didn't. We did not.
Well, yeah.
Look how good-
Like I
look how
said,
good that is.
You know, there's a lag.
today
on
is
that.
Hot Topic Tuesday. Now, I don't have a whole lot to talk about today, but we
Okay.
brought Mr. Shenanigan with us, and he is Shenanigans today, not Wilson. So, yes, I got him.
Yes.
He don't even know that he was got.
Not yet. Not yet.
What the hell are you talking about?
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing.
man.
Nothing.
Now-
Nothing. Not a thing.
Today's topic is America's race war.
That ain't what
Okay.
you said you was talking about.
Well, actually, she didn't even say.
I did say that what I want to talk about was about a couple of videos. Now, I wasn't able to download the videos because I don't know how to do that. I am one YouTuber that does not know how to YouTube. But I can verbally tell y'all that we saw one video that was about a group of minority New York cops being interviewed on their procedures on how they are supposed to pursue minorities to
What are you-
target their
You
quotas.
okay?
I heard an extra voice talking.
Oh, you're hearing voices now?
No.
You sure?
You see my face.
You
He's
may want
over-
to sleep with one eye
Talking
open.
about you hearing extra voices.
Yes, it's the voices in my head.
Mm,
What are they saying?
listen.
We may need to talk about that.
Nah, I'm not finna entertain him. Hopefully he spends his time over there playing that game. But yeah, we saw just a little small little video clip. It was on Instagram, okay, and it was just highlighting how the minority cops are basically forced
A
to
little girl
target
is missing.
minority communities, LGBTQ communities, and all that.
Mm.
You know.
Did you see what Antoinette said?
Mm-mm.
Well, she said we're having a race war right now in our own city.
Yes.
A little girl is missing due to some other girls bullying her and jumping her.
Mm.
Did you know anything about that?
Mm-mm.
Me either.
Didn't see nothing about it in the news.
Well, I don't watch the news.
Me either, but I didn't see nothing about it on here, on Facebook.
Well, yeah, because normally you see things on social media before you see it on the news. Yeah.
Right. I didn't see absolutely none of the sort. So if you wanna chime in on this live, I would definitely send you an invitation. So that if you don't want to be seen, you can just be heard. That's fine too, and maybe you can kind of give us some insight on what this is about. Because
that's the first I've heard of this. I knew nothing of it.
America is at war with the races.
And I honestly believe a lot of this has to do with Trump.
Yes.
To me, he doesn't deserve
the
title.
audacity that the supremacist groups and everybody that's not in the supremacy groups, but they are racist.
Yeah. Because all of this started
the
first time he was in office.
That they feel entitled.
Yeah. It all started the first time he was in office. I mean, he just made it okay for for racists to just feel comfortable to say and do a lot of the things that they did.
Yeah.
But what they also need to realize is that we are not our ancestors.
Are not. And all hell is about to break loose.
Oh, definitely.
All hell is about to break loose. And by the time it break loose, and that's what they want. That's the sad part. They want it to break loose. That way we look like the barbarians. You get what I'm saying? Even though we're defending ourselves, our cultures, our rights, our constitution, everything we have to constantly defend. And the fact that we are literally waking up on a daily basis back.
I can't say that I agree with
back in time
with that statement as to us looking like barbarians, because yeah, he is trying to revert back in time, but at the same time, times have also changed.
Well, the reason why I said that they gonna make us look like barbarians, because all of us is not gonna react in the same manner. You know, some of us, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna do peaceful protests, while others go out there and tear up the community that they need, including their own. You get what I'm saying?
Well, with the riots, yeah. Luckily, I haven't heard of any riots as of yet, which I hope they don't resort to riots, because like you said, that is tearing up your own community and where you live and the things where you live.
Yeah.
So I mean, it does no good, because you're going to have to turn around and rebuild the things that you tear up.
Right. And our whole objective is not to tear up our community. Our objective is to fight for our rights.
Right. And rioting does
absolutely
no good to either side.
Right. But I've been posting some of my shorts from some of my lives onto TikTok. For those of you that might not follow me on TikTok, and those of you that do, some of my lives got a lot of hits. And the comments are
ignorant.
You know me.
Ignorant.
I can't hold my peace. I
will say on
and
that
I
aspect,
respond.
on that aspect, I seem to be the calmer of the two.
Yeah, I hop on there real quick. I got all night.
Because I know a lot of that is ignorance, and I don't have. I mean, a lot of ignorance.
I do too.
Now,
granted, my comments have been professional, and like I told you, I wanted to highlight some of my comments, but since I didn't do that, because I had went to the movies, and so to cut into this topic, everybody was talking about how great Sinners was. I ain't heard nobody talking about how great what's that movie we saw? Shadow what?
Shadow Force.
Shadow Force. Great movie. Go see it. It's a wonderful movie. Okay. But to get back to this topic, now since I wasn't able and didn't have the time to set up some of these conversations, I decided I want to kind of share them with y'all. Okay. Because some of the comments was just crazy. And I know we got a lot of crazy people in this world, but you really have some crazy people in this world. Very heartless. And because what's going on in this world does not affect them, they don't care. And one person literally said, "So what?" Now,
Wait, hold on. That was the comment.
That was the comment.
That's because it has not affected them.
That's what I'm saying. Because it doesn't affect you, you are not the exception.
Right.
And I need for a lot of white people that feel like they are the exception to stop feeling like you are the exception, because then one day when this hits home or it hits you personal, you're going to get your little raggedy ass on here, and then you're going to be talking shit, talking about pray for my family. Oh, we was done wrong. Help us seek justice. And
you know
we
what?
ain't gonna be trying to
now
hear
that we're talking about race, that's just like that white woman that was calling that little 5-year-old or 6-year-old
the N-word.
Yeah,
and she
nigger,
racked
nigger,
in
nigger.
$500,000.
Yeah, and it's probably more than that. Talking about she's getting threats to keep her family safe.
She ain't got no damn
And
threats.
these people are funding this woman who is openly a racist. And who's to say that this little boy didn't just see a bag and was going through a bag that he just saw out? This was a child that she was calling a nigger.
The N-word.
Yeah, the N-word. And she done raked up over $500,000 because she said to get her family safe.
Yeah. If you felt like what those words that flew out your mouth that you didn't have no business, that you didn't have no problem saying, yeah, I did it, yeah, I called him that, then keep that same energy.
And it's not an assumption that she did it.
What you feeling unsafe for?
It's recorded. I saw the video.
Yeah, you didn't feel unsafe when you said it. You didn't feel unsafe when a Hispanic man approached you about your wrongdoing. You did not feel unsafe when you said, yeah, I did it. Now all of a sudden that you got $500,000 plus in your pocket, now you feeling unsafe? Go to the white community. They will house you.
I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah. So I think one of my shorts that I had posted, it's not even about the whole video. It's just gearing towards how would you feel as a parent if you got a call or a knock on your door basically saying that your 18-year-old had been shot by cops and they didn't give you any explanation or any answers as to why it happened. And the comments are very shocking to say, so what?
But my thing about that, like,
you do know this happens to white people, right? You do know this. Listen, you do know this happens to white people.
My thing about that is with the Hinton case. When I read that article, that young man, he was not armed. He did not have a weapon.
And they keep saying that, oh, well, my son wouldn't have no weapon, that he didn't have no business having it in the first place.
And he was running away. Even if he had stolen the vehicle, if he was running away, he should not have been shot.
Yeah, he's not a threat.
That's what these police officers need to understand. If he is running away, he is no longer a threat. There are other means to apprehend any suspect if they are running away.
Yes, and they are taught that. Stop saying that these cops are undertrained. They are taught that. They are taught proper procedures. They are choosing not to use it. It is a choice. And they are utilizing that choice
Their
to
procedure
not
now-
follow procedures.
Their procedure now is shoot
Now,
first
yeah, and
and ask questions later.
no, seek a purpose later. Seek a reason why you did it
That
later.
right there. That right there.
And then if you don't have a reason, well, he should have complied. That's the reason why I shot him. He wasn't complying. Hell, it's a bunch of white people running down motherfucking cops over. And they still don't get shot. Make it make sense.
Just like what was his name? The guy that killed those people in that church that they took to Burger King. They fed him before they took him to the police station. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember.
Oh, I cannot remember his name. But I mean, there are a lot of injustices that are done. There are a lot of people that don't comply, black and white, old and it's mostly older that are still alive. But it's like they're picking off the younger generation. Why?
Because they're the most vulnerable.
That's
because
my
they
question.
don't know. Lack of education.
And these officers, it's like they have this chip on their shoulder, or they're trying to prove a point. These officers need to be better trained. They need to learn how to control their anger. And that's what it is.
They don't need to be better trained. They need to start being reprimanded.
It's like they get upset.
They need to start being held accountable.
Because they're not able to do what they want to do. And they can't say, well, my adrenaline was pumping.
That's not an excuse.
Right. Do your job better.
That's not an excuse. And some of these cops are showing up already lit when they clock in. So my channel was not meant
to be political.
Was not meant for this. It was not. But because there is so much happening in the world, yes, I felt the need to talk about it. And seeing the reaction, I expected, but just having to literally be on the other side and first-handedly read and receive these messages is mind-blowing. Yeah, I sit back and I can read what everybody else got going on Facebook or whatever, but to first-handedly be the receiver is mind-blowing. To see that so many people in this world honestly feel like themselves and their kids are the exception.
That's
y'all are Kevin Hart funny, y'all are Chris Tucker, y'all are all the comedians, y'all are funny as hell.
Ignorance at its best.
Yeah. I said ignorance and they took my post down. And then you even tried to double back on me. Well, what were your sons doing? Protecting your motherfucking ass. That's what they do. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm heated. Because we're not talking about my sons, but my sons are educated in this.
But I had my kids at one point in time want to go to the military, but then they thought about it and he was like, I don't want to go to the military anymore. And I was like, why? Because I don't want to go defend a country that don't give a damn about me.
That part. But I have 2 kids, unfortunately, in the military. And now it's not just about the country. They have a family that they want to protect. Is what my son told me. And so when he put it that way, and that's what my son wants to do, I can't do nothing but respect it. And unfortunately, some losers got to benefit in the meantime. But America is finna have a race war while other countries sit back and watch us have that race war. And we Americans that are not racist, we actually need to prepare ourselves, because there are a lot of people out here in the world, racist or not, that literally believe, oh, we are just people. We're all people. Aren't we all the same? Don't we all bleed red? Tell that to the other people that bleed green, black blood, and all this other stuff. Like, tell that to them. We understand the
Yeah,
concept.
we do.
The minorities, we understand, and I don't mean just black people. Everybody that's brown that ain't white understands that concept.
But see, what the white people fail to realize is they are no longer the majority. They are the minority.
They are the minority, and behind the scenes,
and they're no
they
longer the
are
superior.
building a army. They are building an army. When COVID had when our school decided to this past 2 years ago, when our schools decided to change the names, this was the act of the kids. The kids wanted to eliminate that segregation of black and white. Okay? And their parents went belligerent. That showed you right then and there the reality of race right here in this city. And their numbers, they already had a supremacy group that was already over 3,000 people right here in Tyler. In this small ass town, they got over 3,000 supremacists.
Of course.
And acted a pure ass donkey just because their kids wanted to eliminate that race gap.
It's still gonna be here. It's still here.
But I get them wanting to do that. You see what I'm saying? Because those kids, they didn't want to be separated from their peers.
I mean, it's not.
But you're teaching
not
your
peers.
you're teaching your kids.
Parents.
Yeah, you're teaching your kids to hate. And I've seen plenty of them get mad if they kids is like when everything went down with Trump winning, and the Hispanic guy was like, my kid used to go over there and play with his kid every single day. We're friends. I voted for this guy.
You were friends.
And as soon as he won, it's like, where your little girl going? Your kids ain't allowed over here. Y'all Hispanic, y'all need to go back to y'all country. Hell, they ain't part of their country.
Technically, this isn't even your country. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, when I was younger and in school, I got into so many different debates about rights to land and like the main debate was Columbus Day. How are you celebrating a day for somebody who founded a land that was already inhabited?
Yeah, you ain't conquered shit.
You didn't find this.
You
People
took
were
it.
already living here.
You
cannot take claim for finding a land that's already inhabited with people who were living here, who were thriving.
Yeah, you took it. America don't have nothing that actually belonged to us. Our laws don't even belong to us. They took that from the English.
Every single peace treaty that they went into, they have broken. Every single one. Look it up.
All of our laws, we don't even have our own laws. We take the laws from another country and claim it as our own.
Yeah.
America has absolutely nothing that actually purely belongs to her. Nothing. Everything has been taken, stolen, and killed for.
And they're quick to tell people to go back to your country. This isn't their country.
Yeah.
They're not native to this land.
And then everybody that's acting a donkey over minorities, your own country don't even give a damn about you. They won't even cure you, and they got the cure. They won't help you. They'll help somebody outside this country before they help you. How many people come inside this country with businesses tax-free, housing with only the application of the signature required, nothing else? They can get cars, wonderful high-priced cars, and you're not even from here.
Well, with who's in office now?
But you're gonna fight.
All of that's cut.
You're gonna fight from a tent in the woods with a bucket to piss and poop in, and a creek to get your water from, fighting to death for your supremacy.
Oh, they're gonna be doing that pretty soon. But as far as people coming in the country and leaving, plenty of them are leaving. But I don't know about them being able to come over and do all the stuff they were doing before because of who's in office now.
No, they coming over here and they finna do more. Because if you're gonna act a pure donkey to go and do a whole roundup of Hispanics and all these so-called minorities that are illegal, and then you're gonna bring in some damn people from Africa because they white. They still not they're not American. Make it make sense.
Yeah, white people.
The mad thing.
The white people from
they
Africa.
mad, but guess what? They're gonna accept them because Trump told them to.
But if he bring in white people from Africa, they're still African American.
Yeah,
they're just not melanin.
Yeah,
they're still African American. Just like Charlize Theron, she's African American. She's from Africa.
Yeah.
Her native land is Africa.
But in society tells you basically you are whatever your complexion says you are.
True. No.
It ain't your daddy. It ain't your daddy. Don't.
No,
it ain't your daddy.
No. If you have a drop of black blood.
No.
Yeah.
That's not true no more. Because even back in the days during the slave time, that's why they treated their kids that they had with the slaves that had the whiter skin. They treated and raised them more to be white.
No, they were just house slaves because they were lighter.
But
complexion.
they still had they had the poor man white privileges.
They had better privileges. They were treated a little better.
Okay, that's all they need.
But they were still slaves.
That's all they need. That's all they need.
Just like right now in social studies books, they were indentured servants.
Just like the supremacists. Y'all barely got a window to throw your piss and poop out of. And that's all you need is that little slither of one.
Indentured servants.
Indentured servant.
Yes. Basically, they're paying their way by not getting paid. They're working off their debt.
Because they were either white or lighter skin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chinese.
So I'm just saying, we're about to have a whole race war. Mm-hmm. I've never been under a president that wanted his people to be divided. And he's ignorant. He is working with Putin and has been paid by these people to tear apart this country and leave us vulnerable. Only a few white people that have sense realize the dangers that America is in. The rest of the white people, y'all just so hell bent on not liking blacks and not liking Hispanics, and y'all gonna need us when all hell break loose.
Oh, definitely. So
when that hell breaks loose, besides the people that are besides everybody that are sworn into the military and they have to be there, the rest of us, what happens when we just sit back and be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna lose a lot of us, we are. But where was y'all help when we was trying to fight for this to not happen? That's what this whole election was about, fighting to prevent all of this from happening. And the ignorance of a lot of white women is just boggling. It's just crazy. Just crazy. Because look at all the years that women had to fight for their rights.
For them to just be taken away. You know,
blacks, we got to fight as blacks and as women. So we have to fight we have to fight double.
Yeah.
Because even though our black men, yes, they are fighting, they still have more rights than women. And so we still constantly have to fight for those rights. And so to have the ignorant white women that are out there in the world that are siding for the rights to be taken away because they think it's just going to be taken away from minorities, pure ignorance. Just go to the colleges, tell them you want your money back because you went for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Your husband don't even want you to be educated. He wants you dumb and stupid. You just there for nothing. If didn't nobody tell you. Just go get your damn money back. Because you went there for nothing. And that's if you actually
I
went.
was not expecting that.
If nobody told you the truth, I will be the first one to tell you. Y'all are dumb as hell and out of line, and y'all education need to be. If I was the head of a school, I'd just be like, you know what, here, take your money back, because I feel sorry for you, ma'am.
They said there were some thieves, and we didn't ask to come here.
Did not.
The thing about it is, it was our own people that sold us to the white people.
Yeah, that's the sad part. That's why I can't sleep with nobody white. I can't even date nobody white.
Niggas,
You can be fine as hell. It ain't happening.
But you know, I will say all white people are not the same.
They're not the same, but it's the struggle that black women went through with white men that makes it to where that.
look, Bridget,
That's a no
I
for
wasn't
me.
gonna say nothing, but at the same time, you speaking on the race war, but you gotta speak on black people too,
right.
because niggas, I'm saying niggas, because they irritate me. They like crabs in a fucking barrel. As soon as they see somebody doing good, they want to pull you down. They want to talk about you. They want to hate on you, or they want to just ignorant shit.
Or
Or they do ignorant shit in the news and stuff.
Because he said niggas. He didn't say black people. He said niggas. What they do is they smile in your face and they turn around and talk behind your back because they don't want to see you. They don't want to see you advance.
Crabs in a barrel. Have you ever seen a crab in a barrel? Other crabs are trying to crawl out, and the ones at the bottom are steady pulling the other crab down.
Yeah, because they want to get up.
Because they want to get out. That's what the saying.
Half of them don't even want to get out. They just don't want you to get out.
True.
And
That's
then,
why slavery was so hard to abolish.
And then you got the ones that fight for people, and then you look on the news, and then you see these young motherfuckers that's doing dumb shit. Just, I mean, you got some old people.
I mean,
doing dumb
black
shit
folks
too.
are by far are not innocent. They
Well,
are not.
Jim Crow was still instilled into a lot of
But-
black people to this day. That's why it's in your genes to hate people that's darker than you, and dark people hate people that's lighter than you, because we were turned against each other back in slave days. People don't realize that's still instilled in all of us to this day. That's dumb shit.
Most of us.
It's
All of us don't
don't
think the
matter.
same.
It's enough to make a difference. It don't matter how much.
But you know what? But then you have some that are extremely light and don't like anything but the darkest one they can find.
That's what I said.
I'm talking
When
about the ones that hate on each other.
when
It's
you
like,
when you're black,
they
they
looking
white
like-
or light.
you a field nigga, and they don't like the people that's in the house because they feel like they too good. Then the house people think they too good to be out there with the field niggas. That's what it is. That's just saying. I mean, but
We
you look
ain't
at-
neither one. We'll be bed warmers.
Yeah, shit, we would. If me and you was,
Comfort girls. That's
yeah,
what they were
call
called.
comfort girls. And your cookie book would probably be.
Cause we ain't light and we ain't dark. We in between. So we'll be the
comfort
comforter.
girl. Somewhere I'll be in there fighting. We'd probably be dead, bitch.
No, I know I would. I'm not gonna
They,
lie.
they have been done hung us from a fucking tree.
I'm
We
not
be
gonna
the
lie.
ones they made examples of.
But
Because my mouth is too fly.
you look at the Hispanics, it don't matter how much they might kill each other, they might be racist towards each other if they too dark or whatever, but they still will help each other.
They do.
We don't get that shit.
That's why that movie, that young man that tried to come out with that movie that he produced,
Oh yeah, they took them down for that.
and all of a sudden,
All these
20
allegations
years
come
prior to life, he raped somebody, and
What?
even though it
He
turned
did.
out to be a lie, and he was
did.
found not guilty and everything,
They still wouldn't produce this movie.
and
No,
they
they bought the movie out,
but it
they
didn't
put
make
all-
nothing because the black community wouldn't support it.
Yeah, they bought all these allegations out right before the movie hit. It's based off a true event.
Yeah, the boy
And
been
it's-
acting all this
And
time.
it's based off of a black slave that
He showcased how he went in and killed them
well,
them
he
white.
held a revolution.
yeah.
It only lasts like a day, and like always,
But
it
it
was
made
a
an
black
impact.
person that done us in and shit. But it showed how when black people stand together, what they can do.
Yeah,
And that's what I have. That's what I said. That's what I said.
the empowerment that the reason why we are feared and targeted is because of the power that the black community holds, and until we realize that and come together, need I say more?
Yeah.
It's not even about the white people helping us or not. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them help us before black people would.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They would.
but we can't
But that's
take their help right now because we need to help ourselves.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Say that again for the people in the back.
Yeah.
We can't take their help right now. We need to help ourselves as a black community.
What's the community?
Malcolm X said it best.
It's not even just the black community. It's like the majority in general.
I'm calling their asses black too. Hell, they brown.
Yeah, but I mean, you.
But I get it. The Hispanics, the Latinos, all of y'all, we are one. We are one.
The most racist is the Asian, and then they crying for Asian. They like stop Asian hate. Like, bitch, y'all the most racist motherfuckers on the planet.
It's easy to stop Asian hate. Just go home. If it's not safe for you here, like you thought it was, go home. Because who's targeting you? White people. Black people ain't walking around here messing with y'all. All that shit broke loose, and it's like, you know what? There go an Asian person. Bam.
Yeah, that is true. That's true.
And it's like, help us. Help you? Shit, we can't help our damn self. Help us. What Kevin say? Help us.
Yeah.
Listen, if y'all just now hopping on this feed, I'm upset.
Yeah, because you talking loud as hell.
Shut up. I'm upset.
You don't have your headphones
because of the ignorance of a lot of people.
She's talking over my damn headphones. She always fussing me about being loud, but she the one yelling today.
That's because you be playing the game and we over here recording. Yeah.
I'm upset. And when people get upset, they elevate their voice.
Sometimes.
So this one says, my son doesn't steal cars and pull guns on cops.
There was no gun. Again.
Another comment says, I guess you want us to believe he was just sitting there reading the Bible and the cops shot him for no reason.
Okay, wait, hold on. Listen.
Ignorance.
What a lot of people need to understand is, for one, we weren't there. Two, if you take the time and read the article, because reading is fundamental, you will find you'll see because you'll read the words that's in the article. There was no gun. He was running away from the situation, which meant
because he was scared.
He was no longer a threat. And a lot of times when you run away from a situation, that means you are frightened. Something has scared you. And there are other ways for police or anyone to detain someone or to comprehend or you know what?
You just made a point. By law, if me or you, if somebody was to run, if we were in an altercation and they had a gun on us and they turned and ran, by law, if we shot them in the back, we would get charged.
Yeah, it's murder.
It was the same thing with the guy in Denton. I can't. What was his name? Oh gosh, what was his name?
Anytime you shoot him in the back, it's murder.
Oh, what was his name? Because he got shot in the back. I cannot remember his name. I think what was his name?
Another comment said, I would feel like I failed my son because he felt like he should run from the police.
There are grown men that run from the police. There's probably more grown men that run from the police, white and black and brown and Asian, that run from the police than kids.
On my page, so for those of you that's looking at this feed, okay?
My eyes are burning.
If you have teenage or growing sons, not babies, because they don't understand, but sons that are of age where they understand, like, I don't know, 9 years and up, 7 years and up. Are you teaching your kids about this life?
I have.
Are you? Because if you are not, it is like back in the slave days where you had to teach your kids.
I told my son when he was in high school. My son is very, very, very. You've seen my son. My son is yellow. My son looks like he could be Hispanic. We'd be out. We'll be at the grocery store, and Mexicans will come up and start speaking Spanish to my son. That's how light complected he is, and he'll be like, "I'm not Spanish," but anyway. I've told him that if he ever gets pulled up, to immediately put his hands up because I don't want my son to get shot.
If what you need ain't right here, don't reach for nothing.
I told him, I said, wait until they come up to your window before you get anything. And whatever you're reaching for, let them know you're getting whatever it is they asked for.
Yeah. And
he told me it was one time he got pulled over because he was speeding. He has the need for speed. He got that from me and his uncle. And he said, Mom, he said, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared, I was shaking. And the officer told me, he's like, man, just calm down. Everything gonna be okay. But I mean, it's a shame that in this day and age that anytime that any person of color gets pulled over, that they have to fear for their life just for being pulled over for a minor infraction. You may not make it home just because you get pulled over because of a police officer who's supposed to be doing their job.
Yeah.
But because you move to get what they ask for, you may get shot and may not make it home.
Right. I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen to them when they wake up, before they go to bed, when they walk out the door.
So now you have to have these conversations with your kids, not only your sons, but even your daughters.
Right. And right. Okay, another comment says, we teach our kids not to put themselves in situations that will cause these kind of situations. It's sad when anyone dies, a kid, a father, a mother, anyone, but it's even worse when they were never taught.
Who says he wasn't taught?
So,
who says he wasn't taught? Now, that statement in itself was just ignorant. I agree with the first part, but whoever that was could have left that last part out.
Someone named T-Bone.
You don't know if
they were not taught to prevent it, which I can understand. I can understand that concept because a lot of parents are not thinking when they kids go out there and they graduate and they go out there in the world that's going to be the last time they see their kids.
True.
Just like our coworker, his daughter was getting ready for graduation and had a car accident, a fatal one. He never thought that when she left that morning to go get her hair done that she wouldn't be coming back.
Ooh.
Oh, he doesn't work on our line, but he works at our job.
Okay.
Like he had no clue that he would not see her. And I think 2 or 3 kids died that day. Getting ready for prom. They were hit by somebody that ran a light.
Wow. Yeah.
But I know with my stepson, when he graduated, we went to the graduation. I hugged him, kissed him, tell him I love him, just like I tell my own kids that came from my own womb. I treated him the exact same way. And I told him, please be careful tonight. Because everybody that you just graduated with, somebody not coming home. Somebody that you know is not going to make it home. I talked to him because he was the oldest.
And that is unfortunate.
At that time, I wasn't thinking, hey, the other kids are not the exception. I waited until they got in high school or until they started showing me behaviors that said I needed to sit down and have the talk. So it's like, but since he was the oldest and he graduated, okay, I need to talk to you first because now you are a young man and you are Black first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not my son, but I felt obligated to have that talk. So it's like families need to sit down with their kids because the world is going backwards because they want it to go backwards.
Yeah.
And they are fighting tooth and nail for it to go backwards.
And that is what I said when they started talking about removing these monuments because they are trying to erase the damage and the things that they
Yeah,
have
when they
done.
when they want to change books, when they took prayer out of school.
That was the first thing out of my
Well,
mouth.
my son, he's Jewish, honey. You in America? We should not have to take prayer out of school because of your Jewish rights. That's fine. Practice that at your home behind your doors. If your son don't want to pray because
then he can leave
he
out
can
the
step
classroom
outside the classroom and then come back
Yes.
inside. Because
Yes.
at the end of the day, we're not going to exercise you being a Jew if these are the rights that what they do. So I don't understand. Just like a lot of people can't get jobs unless we're bilingual in Spanish. This is an English speaking country. Why do we have to conform to other people to understand us
That's just like if I go to Mexico.
instead of them learning the language?
If I move to Mexico, I have to learn Spanish because that is a Spanish speaking country. I
Right.
can't go in there and demand that they all learn English.
So that they can understand what I'm saying. That makes absolutely no sense to me. Absolutely none. Someone said, unfortunately, there are consequences to the actions. We understand that. We're not stupid. Listen to the video. How would you feel if your 18-year-old was shot and killed by the police? Even though that video was speaking on Rodney Hinton's son, the question in general was targeting parents, individuals with sons. How would you feel if this happened to you? Oh, it would never happen to my kid.
Never say
Tell
never.
that to all the white people that's in prison.
Never say never.
I'm sure they rich parents felt the same way. Tell that to them. I'm sure they parents felt the same way and did not think they would be visiting their kids in prison.
I hate when people say, well, that would never happen to me, or my daughter would never do that, or my son would never do this. How do you know?
I'm sure that father,
are you with them?
That father that lost
moment?
his son on that track did not see that coming.
And I'm sure
he didn't
speaking
know.
On that, I'm sure. Did you know? I'm sure he didn't know that his
that
they
were
bullies. Were bullies,
right? I'm sure he did not see that
because the way he spoke about them, he didn't speak as if they were bullies,
right?
The pictures that they put up,
you know your
show them
you know your kids from what your kids want you to see of them inside that home,
right?
And half of y'all actually see the reality of your kids and still can't do nothing about it. And then you unleash that devilment on the world, and then we got to put their ass in their place.
Well, except it was one lady that I encountered. Her son was doing something in our neighborhood, and I went. Well, actually, I knew her, and I told her, I was like, "Well, your son did da 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 da." She was like, "That sound like him. That sound like something he would do." I was like, she said, "Well, if he come back over there, just let me know and I'll deal with it." I was like, "Okay." But she knew her child. She knew the capabilities of what her child would do. And if it sounded like something that her son would do, then she was ready to take accountability. She didn't say, well, my son ain't going to do that. She didn't do that. She knew her child.
This one says, my son would never be in that situation.
How do you know?
Kicked out the house. Your son must be a baby right now. He ain't no preteen to where you got to put foot to ass. And fist to lips. He ain't talking shit to you right now.
I hope whoever it is gonna have to put fist to lips.
Ignored by his uncle in a stolen car with a gun he legally couldn't possess, running away from police. How you know he legally couldn't possess that gun? He was 18.
Well, first of all,
he can go out and buy it.
I've said it before. Reading is fundamental. Read the article.
It's a bunch of kids walking around here. Look at Rittenhouse up in a whole nother state with a gun that he legally couldn't possess. His parents got that gun for him.
Sure did.
He wasn't even of age.
He went looking for trouble.
Right. You cannot sit back here and think that you are the exception. This is happening to all races. It's happening to all races. They're just not publicizing what's happening to the white race because they want to divide us by showing what's happening to the minorities.
You know what? I look at this as like a house of cards.
Okay.
And eventually somebody's gonna pull the wrong card and it's all gonna fall down.
No, I was saying that just made me think about them two little jokers. And everybody that pulled it is white. Y'all, I'm not racist, but it's a lot of ignorant white people.
Go
out
ahead
here.
and say it. I have some white friends.
I ain't got no white friends. I ain't gonna even lie.
You have any white friends?
I don't.
I do. I have a lot of
I
white
never
friends.
even seek any white friends.
I mean, it's not that I sought them out. We're friends.
No.
I got some Mexican friends.
I'm cordial. I am cordial.
Oh, okay.
I
mean,
am cordial.
Do I have any white friends here?
I ain't got no black friends either. You and Trey.
You and Trey, the only friend she got. Period.
I am comfortable being solo.
Period. That's all she got is you and Trey. That's it.
Well, I mean, I don't have friends. I'll say that I don't have friends here. Most of my friends live out of town. They like
like I explained, like the
other
friends that I
states.
had that I grew up with, they moved off, and our adult lives just didn't include each other. They moved way off.
Well, see, that would be perfect for me because I'm a traveler.
I'm not no traveler,
girl.
right?
You only live once.
No. Look at this. Look at this mess right here. No.
Girl, that's a shame. That is a shame.
And I'm sure not going no damn where.
Girl, I'm trying to go to the Dominican Republic in October. What you talking about?
Listen, I'm putting I'm Skyping you, videoing
That's
something.
fine. I already told you when I'm going on the weekends, you're gonna have to go and send me that good old link. And I'll show you the horizon in the background, girl. This is where I'm at that day.
Trust me, I'll raise a coke to you.
Feet gonna be propped up. Hair gonna be blowing in the wind.
I'm not going nowhere. Listen, if y'all just not hopping on this feed, Lacey is upset. I'm speaking about myself in third term. I am upset because it does not make no sense. Well, you know what I mean.
She's upset. She can't even talk right. Her terminology is wrong.
Yes, I'm just upset because it doesn't make absolutely no sense.
Wait, it doesn't make no sense, or
Yeah.
it
doesn't make no
any-
sense.
But that's a double negative. A double negative is a positive. It doesn't make any sense.
And then one person even said she highlights the problems with her own hypothetical situation.
What?
You funny. You funny as hell. He said, there's a reason that I wouldn't be allowed on the jury of my son's killer. Emotions need to be taken
You
out
wouldn't
of
be
it.
allowed on the jury anyway. Duh.
Boy, everybody and their dead ancestors know that if your son come up, pass away, and no answers, and the police ain't doing nothing or saying less, you about to wreak havoc. Especially if you know who did it. You got access to that person, you about to act a pure donkey. You about to act a pure donkey.
There's no way he'd be allowed on the jury anyway.
You are about to act a pure donkey. I know y'all all seen A Time to Kill. You about to act a pure donkey. So don't even play. Said, I'm sure he was an upstanding citizen and was going to be a doctor.
He sure was.
How about we ask the dad?
Hey, you know what?
What are
he
your...
could
Yeah.
have been trying to be a lawyer. You never know.
You never know.
Wait a minute. I got one better. President. Look at who's in office now.
That part. That part right there.
Anything is possible. I'm quite sure he could have done a hell of a better job than what we got right now.
Listen, the majority, probably 80% of the people that's in office, all were criminals.
Shit, 95. What you talking about?
What you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, currently criminals, felons at that,
Yeah,
sex offenders.
The one in charge is a felon.
Yeah, sex offenders, all that.
The one in charge is a convicted felon. I said it.
You ain't gotta say it. That's the truth. That's the truth.
Convicted of what? Was it 35 or 38?
They got over 30 felony charges.
So nobody should be asked have they been convicted of a felony on any application for any job they are applying for. As long as they meet the qualifications and can do the job, they should get the job.
Yeah, so you know,
this country is going to hell in a handbasket.
Says I raised my son not to be a hood thug.
Who said he was a hood thug?
You a whole white man. How you raise your son not to be a hood thug?
Maybe they live in the hood.
No, you don't live in the hood. So how you raise your son to not be a hood thug?
They might.
No, because he think he better than black. He's not. He's the exception.
No, he that's why. That's why. He's the only white person in the hood that's not a hood thug.
Stealing cars and running from the cops with an illegal weapon. I would feel I failed as a parent. As I said, it is sad that you feel that way instead of fixing a failed system.
The system is always going to be failed when it comes to us. It's always going to fail.
I mean, it's
always going to be a failed
It's not
system.
even when it comes to us, because it's not just happening to us.
You're correct. You are correct.
It's a failed system anytime it results in a preventable death, a preventable act. It is a failed system.
I heard Tyler hand out equal ass whoopings.
They be coming up in all shades.
Especially probation. Smith County probation is set up for failure.
I done seen them drag white dudes in there pure naked.
What?
Oh yeah.
No clothes on? None?
Tyler don't discriminate. That's one thing about Tyler. Tyler don't discriminate. You getting an equal ass whooping no matter what color
Yeah.
you are.
It's equal opportunity.
Tyler PD, they bring them folks up in there, they be damn near hogtied.
So it's EEOWP.
Listen, this is Snack Hacker Talk. I came on here totally confused, believe that or not. I didn't have a topic in mind.
Yeah, you start crashing out as a young.
Oh, I said that wrong. It's EEOWA. I mean EEOAW. Yeah, that's it. I got.
Now I'm confused.
I had my alphabet all. I had it all discombobulated. Yeah.
Yeah. I got what she was saying. but now she done come around here with 3 different. The hell, she confused me.
Yeah, but yeah, it's crooked. It's crooked. I know it's crooked.
Yeah,
especially that probation.
I'm just saying,
episode.
Y'all prepare y'all kids because
not just the kids. Prepare everybody because boys, it's been to go down.
Supremacy is on the rise. We know it never died. We know it never died.
But it is rearing its ugly head.
Yes. And the sad part is when all hell break loose, we are going to get attacked.
It's racism.
This country is going to get attacked when all hell break loose on this race war.
About the child abduction stuff you've been seeing too. How they bit bold with it.
Yeah. So I still got 2 minutes left on my feed. Parents, I send my daughters this because my daughters are the ones that have the kids. But y'all make sure y'all are holding your kids tight, because these abductors are getting very, very bold. And they are, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it right now. But they're getting very bold. And you know you bold when you pull up in front of a house where there's like a yard full of neighborhood kids, little white boys. They're playing. in the yard, in the street, with water, having a little water fight or whatever. And two men pull up in two separate cars, and two men hop out the car, and they tried to take two of the boys.
Whoa, in broad daylight?
Broad daylight.
Wow.
Broad daylight.
So
Now, luckily, the boys were paying attention. And as soon as the men hopped out the car, the boys ran up in the yard and they was yelling, screaming. So it alerted the other boys that were playing, and everybody ran in the house and got the parents, and they were able to snapshot the cars. A lot of videos are surfacing. If y'all not paying attention, these ain't commercials. I need y'all to pay attention, because I get very sensitive when it comes to these babies, because they cannot defend themselves. And these people are desperate. I don't know why that word was so hard, but they are getting desperate and bold. And just because you are holding your baby does not make your baby safe. They are snatching these babies out these women's arms.
wow.
Snatching babies out of buggies. Snatching babies, you carrying a baby and you got a child that's a walker. They are just reaching in the doors and snatching kids out of stores.
What? I know it used to
And
be
this has happened all this year. This year.
It's only May.
This year. Y'all be careful out there. Be careful out there. Y'all need to get some vests for your babies, protect your babies, some wristlets to attach your babies to you, something. Protect your babies. Because these people are desperate and they are bold.
I know it used to be bad years ago, because I had a friend that was stationed in Italy, and she had a baby, and the gypsies were really bad. They would come up and want to see your baby, and they would take your baby in the black market.
Oh no, these people, yeah. These people, honey, they knocking on your door. They're pretending to be babysitters. They're coming into your home.
Oh no.
You heard about the lady that was just up the way in Flint area? She was a babysitter.
And stole the baby?
And she was taking pictures of the babies and post. Well, she had the kids described as items on eBay and all these other selling sites, but she was trying to sell this lady's kids.
Oh wow. See, it's time to open up a can of whoop ass.
Thank God that lady she got caught.
How you gonna sell a kid on eBay? That's not even yours.
You had the kids described as items.
Item number 1. 6-year-old female, approximately 42 pounds.
No, you
46
putting stuff like untouched, never used.
What? So these babies are already being sold for sex trafficking.
Yes. Yes.
The younger the better.
So
The more expensive.
Y'all protect y'all babies, because once they are taken, it is so hard to get them back. Especially get them back alive. It is so hard. And that's if you are lucky to get them back. It is so hard. And yes, abductions have been happening all my life. But at least back in the days, they was abducting the kids and keeping them for themselves. You know what I mean? No. What you see in these movies is not just for show. They are trying to warn and educate you. So I'm just saying. Stop looking at this shit like it's just showbiz. It's real.
People are
It
crazy.
is real. And your government is funding it. Because if you can put $1 to it, then it's funded.
Yeah.
Oh, the drug organization is a $1 trillion organization. It's funded.
Because that's my question. How do you know?
No, you're not going to set it. You're not going to shut it down. You just going to try to control it and minimize it out of the white community.
Yeah, that's why it's taking so.
That's why you started in the first place to control the minorities.
And that's why it's
And-
taking
and
so
that's
long
not what
to
happened.
That's why it's taking so long for and that's why it's taking so long for them to do the cannabis thing here because they can't find a way to tax it.
That's why they stopped educating the kids in school against drugs.
And while these smoke shops are popping up
you
on
want
every
them
corner.
to use this stuff.
I thought they finally okayed Texas.
They have, but they haven't. They're just waiting for the final
For what?
for cannabis. That's why you see a smoke shop
You
damn
know-
near on every corner.
But you know what? I didn't believe it. I'm not a smoker, but one of the inmates got out, and I be mothering them. I be up in there fussing. They get out and they come back. I'm like, then what in the world are you doing back in here? I swear to God, Miss Lacey, I swear to God, I didn't even do nothing wrong. So why you here? Man, I got caught coming out of a smoke shop and they pulled me over and I had a vape, a CBD vape, and so they got me for that. At the smoke shop?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is that legal here?
Because they can still come up for THC, I think.
Synthetic.
Yeah. I was like, huh? You got in trouble for that and they selling it here legally? What? If you get in trouble for it, it shouldn't be sold. Yeah, I don't smoke.
I guess they're not supposed to be in possession of it, but
Well, no, he wasn't on probation. He set his time out.
well then he should have. But you know what? That's another.
So, and this was a white kid, by the way. This is a white kid.
Tell you, Smith County,
You
crooked
know.
as hell.
So, no, it's not just happening to just black people. Black people is what they highlight because that's what makes news. That's what gets them ratings. That's what gets everybody riled up.
No, we're not gonna say black people. We're gonna say people of color, because it's not just black people. It's the Mexicans and Hispanics and Latinos. It's all of those.
Well, they ain't making news right now either.
Yeah, they do.
But y'all, this is Snack Hackle talking. Lacey done got upset.
Yeah, because she talking fast. She'll never talk that fast.
I
I'm the fast talker.
ain't
She's
got
the-
nothing else to say, but I think I'm gonna use all these little comments and I'm just gonna come on here and share them with y'all randomly as I get them.
She gonna get a lot of them because she be at work. I got time tonight.
Show do 8 hours. What?
And I tell her, get off them comments.
She's a professional troll.
Listen, I was told to interact.
Not negatively.
I didn't. Listen. I said that is sad that you feel that way instead of fixing a failed system.
Oh,
That was education.
It was. I apologize. See?
Yeah.
I apologize.
You are welcome. Yeah. But y'all, I ain't read out of my Bible in a while, so I'm just gonna read this so it can.
After doing all that cussing.
Yep, I need it.
You know what? You right. You are right.
What's today?
We need to get some sage and cleanse the air. It's feeling a little thick in here.
What's today?
Today is the 20th.
Really?
Yes. Oh, I go to my event this week.
Today is the 20th.
I'm trying to debate. Should I wear my hair like this and just braid it, or should I put it up and get an afro wig? I'm having a 70s party.
Dude, be still. Shit.
And how you thinking about doing it?
I think I don't know if I want to wear a long braid down because you know my hair is long,
Uh-huh.
or I could put my hair up and get an afro wig.
I don't know. Or braid, put it in that braid going around in the crown.
I think about that.
Now,
My scalp might itch because I don't be sweating.
even though today is the 20th, I thought today was the 19th. So I'm gonna read the 19th because I feel like it applies. Alive Together is the title. God being rich in mercy because of his great love with which he loved us, even when we were dead in our wrongdoings,
Mm.
made us alive together with Christ. By grace, you have been saved. Ephesians 2, verse 4 and 5. 4, 4, 4. You cannot deplete God's love in your life. That reality is more wrongful, no, more wonderful, more wonderful than the highest of hopes. Ask the Holy Spirit to breathe on the barren parts of your heart and bring new life. Y'all, I'm not going to read the 20th. Y'all need to dwell. I need to dwell on the 19th.
So now you want to backtrack too.
Because a lot of people forgot that we are all born under one sky, on one green earth, under one God with multiple names, however you see fit, with the same color blood, with the same internal organs,
Well,
bones and all.
no. Some people have less.
True.
Yeah, I got.
We know.
I ain't got a kidney.
You wasn't born with it. You lost it. There's a difference.
If I wasn't born with it, that means I didn't have it when I was
No,
born.
I'm talking about what you talking about. You ain't got. You wasn't born without it.
That's what you should have said then.
Hush. You know what I meant. Y'all, if y'all don't like it, thumbs down. Let me know why you don't like it. I might consider it and probably won't.
They gonna be some sucker chumps and not say nothing.
Probably won't. But if you do like it, then I'd appreciate a thumbs up.
I don't know.
They gonna be some jive turkeys.
I will be back on here on Freestyle Thursday and again on Relationship Saturday. And I would like to see all of you, but
You
if
will have
not,
to send me
one
a
of
link
you.
on Saturday. I will
Yeah.
be here Saturday.
Okay.
You gonna be a jive turkey Saturday?
No, I will be at my event on Saturday.
He won't be here Saturday either, so I'll be flying solo.
No, not technically. No,
I mean,
I'll be here, but
my
I won't
body
be
will be here.
What the fuck is the
Language.
Come on, crackhead, get out of my face.
He the only
He a
broke.
crackhead with
He the
his
only
head
broke
like that?
cannabis seller over there that I know. Look at him.
You over here, that's why look at
He over here playing this game. But y'all, I will see y'all on those days, Thursday and Saturday. If not all of you, one of you, I will still be thankful and grateful. If you all got comments, hey, go ahead and drop them. I definitely will read them because that is what I do in my downtime. And I will respond, trust me, because I don't be having nothing else to do. And you got anything to say?
Don't forget about the letters to Lacey
Yes.
and the memos to Monica.
Yes. And I'll do better this time when I get that when I get that verbal
Do we have that set
combo.
up? We got that set up.
What?
The letters to Lacey.
I ain't had time.
Well, see, you had said you have downtime.
But I know that
You
I
can't
know
look at both of the cards. Oh wait, it's only one.
I know
card.
that we were done with these cards, but this is the card that fell in the drawer. So I just want to read it. How long do you think a couple should date before becoming official?
It depends on the. I don't know.
You
Well,
date as long as your relationship allows you to date.
yeah, it depends on the dynamic of.
Now me, I be trying to settle down. So dating for me, 2 years, and I'm gonna need for you to know that I'm the one after 1 year.
She lying. 2 years ain't even. You better be had your
What
mind.
did it take
made up
you
in
2
6
years?
months.
It take you a year to decide you want to be in an official relationship?
No,
So you don't know before that?
no.
It take her about 6 months. And
I was
you
about to
can't-
say, you should know within 6 months if that's somebody you want to be in an official relationship
No.
with. But I say between 6 and 9. Well, it depends. Actually, really,
A year.
it depends on how much you see that person, how much you talk to that person, how much you deal with that person. It don't take a year. It does not take a year. You know, if you talk to that person, if you converse and deal with that person on a consistent basis, you should know before a year. You know before a year. I'm not gonna waste my time on one person
Because I'm saying I might get into this relationship not actually wanting to be in a relationship, but just have fun and stuff like that. I might
But
not
I'm just
actually be
saying,
wanting
so
to
you're
date.
so you're saying, but if you're, yeah, no, I'm not wasting my time on one person for a year.
I didn't say it had to be one person.
But if we're just casually if we're just seeing each other fly by here, fly by there, if we're not dating, especially if we're not having sex, then yeah, I'm gonna talk to multiple people. I might go to the movies one night with this person, one night with this person, go out to eat with this person. Then yeah, but if I'm with one person and we're talking daily or at least five
Now,
times a week, and that's just one person that I'm dealing with, and I'm getting to know this person on a consistent basis, I'm gonna know within 6 to 9 months if this is some person, if this one person is somebody that I want to be in an official relationship
I'm not
with.
even gonna do all that, because if we are a couple, then you have already asked me out, which I've been in this situation before. So if you ask me out and I accept you asking me out, then we're already a couple. Then we're already dating.
No.
The official, because I'm not intimate with you, yes, I'm sorry, but yes, it's gonna take me a while. Yes, I have the 90-day rule in place before it was a 90-day rule. But like I said, if I ain't ready, I ain't ready, and it might take longer than those 90 days.
So you saying because somebody asked you out on a date, you're a couple?
No, if he asked me to date him.
Oh, okay.
It says if how long do you think a couple, like you're already
okay.
you're already together.
Okay.
But you know, these guys, they don't think they're official unless they done knocked you down. So it's gonna take a minute, since that's how some of y'all think.
I disagree. Not all. Well, you did say some, okay? Yeah, some do.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, with me, we're gonna sit down.
It's gonna be a whole waiting game.
We're gonna talk about we're gonna put everything on. We're gonna talk about the do's, the don'ts, the wants, all of that. Yeah. That's even with people I'm not in a relationship with.
It's gonna be a whole waiting game with me. So I'm gonna need you to have patience first and foremost.
And trust me, I will take notes, because I'll go back and put a piece of paper out. Remember on this on December 3rd, 2023, you said da 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 da. Remember, you said there'll be no strings attached. Da 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 da. So don't be catching no feelings and don't be catching no attitude, because you saw me because da 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 da. Yeah, I'll read you your rights. I will.
No, I just felt like this card shouldn't wait all the way to Saturday, because I'm finna box the cards up.
That was the last card.
That's the one that fell in the drawer.
Oh, goodbye.
So we have officially finished our conversation cards. From tonight's conversation, we have officially finished those
It's
cards.
over.
Now we just stuck with the little raunchy cards back there.
We're done.
That was a lot of cards.
It is over.
But y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. I do appreciate y'all. I really, really do. I really do appreciate y'all. But like I said, I'm all ears, all eyes on reading and listening. If y'all got something to say or type up, I am here.
I need to download me a book to read at work. I need to find my tablet. Maybe if I'm reading a book, she would leave me alone. Yes. Wait, I haven't read this book.
It's a wonderful book. A lot of people need to dream in color.
I do dream in color. Wait, why is this page marked?
Because that's probably where I stopped at.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it there.
No. I done read that book several times.
I can tell.
Yes, it was brand new when I got it. I have read it several times.
She probably read this book about 100 times. Yeah.
Yes, it's a very meaningful book, though. Yeah, Dream in Color by Darlene Johnson.
I hope I'm on the Louvre tonight. So when she come over there,
she don't care. She gonna just stand there. Y'all, we just rambling. So thank y'all. Make sure y'all go to my other Facebook page and click on links of specific videos that y'all want to see that will take you straight there on my YouTube page. Other than that, you can just go straight to my YouTube page, Snack Cackle Talk. And while you're there, take a moment out of your day and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We're going to get off of here because we got to go to work.
Oh, got to take a nap.
Bye.
Toodles.
Don't.
should take it slow. I don't feel too comfortable jumping into something new right now.